Hello, everybody. What is going on? All right. What is going on, gamers? What's up, Shellos Tara? How you doing? I believe I have everything that I need. Default level is 20. Update, let's add 5 rows. Let's also do update to 20 here. Add 5 rows. All right, cool. Isn't the Deoxys shiny locked? I'm just reusing old art. I'm not going for a shiny. I actually want to go for a perfect Deoxys. The goal is a 5 IV Deoxys. Gen 6 Deoxys. It's easy now. Perfect. I'll put perfect in the title. How's that sound? So we're going for a serious manip here, folks. Well, I'm glad you're feeling slightly better, Shellos Tara. Alright. For those who weren't here yesterday, I'm just going to rip this again. I'm just going to talk about what's going on here. So the main yes, I did get a restaurant. The main implementation that has changed is this seed searcher called Poke6seedfinder.exe. It can find the initial seed of Gen 6 in like a minute and a half, comparatively to before, which was this seed searching tool, which was anywhere from 20 minutes to an hour, depending on your luck and your computer, so it's quite an improvement. Today, the main difference is I'm going to be using Eon Timer because I was reading some Japanese articles, and there's a discrepancy that I don't know how to... There's a discrepancy that I don't know how to figure out here. So Eon Timer, or a Flowtimer, has a variable offset setting with a set frame rate of 59.7275, which is GBA, and then 59.6555, which is GBA but in the DS. And then it has 59.8261, which is supposed to be the 3DS. However, I was reading a Japanese article, and they claim the best frame rate for Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire is 59.841. And so you can't do a custom timer for the variable offset in Flowtimer. You can, since the other one is just milliseconds, you can do custom, but for that one you can't. So I'm using Eon Timer, which lets you do custom offset here. So that's why I'm using Eon Timer today. Calibration, we're gonna delete that. And so, yeah. We're gonna try out Eon Timer, see how that goes. This is gonna be a longer... So, first of all, I owe you all an extra half hour of stream. Oh, do I have my Ralts with me? I need to double check that I got my Ralts. I'm gonna go for a perfect Deoxys. So we're going for... I believe I'm gonna try and do 6 IV. I don't know if I can get it. It might be too rare to go for 6. In fact, I should be going for a timid one then. We'll look at it. We'll look at it. We'll figure it out. But I'm gonna go for a perfect Deoxys. So to start, we just soft reset, and we have to receive 2 old ambers. And receiving the 2 old ambers will let us get 2 Aerodactyls, who we're gonna use to calculate our initial seed. Here we go. Hi, really enjoy your videos. Is there a way to RNG hunt and own temp Rockruff in Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon? I know they can only be obtained at breeding, though. What's your opinion? I mean, you can only get it from breeding, so that's the only way you can get it, I guess, is the best way to... The only way to hunt one is through breeding. That's just what it is. It was a limited time event. I don't even think the event could be shiny, so... that doesn't really help your case there. You just have to get it from somebody, unfortunately, or hack one in and then egg RNG it. You could use like PKSM to inject the event, depending on your your taste. Some people don't mind hacking for when it's like FOMO stuff like that. I'm one of them, but if you don't, like, then you really have no options other than to find someone who can give it to you. And the online is currently down for the 3DS. Pretendo is in beta, as far as I understand. So since Pretendo is in beta, you basically just have to either wait until Pretendo is done being in beta, and then you can trade with somebody who has it. Like, I have an own tempo Rockruff that I would trade to somebody, but I can't. I'm not in Pretendo, you know? All the guides I have are technically, what I would say is they're technically outdated in the fact that they're using older tools, but the new tools work the same way as the old tools. So you should be able to follow my instructions effectively, in order to... you should be able to follow my instructions effectively to get what you want. But there is a Japanese guide pinned in my Discord if you want to investigate what's going on over in Japan, read their articles, and see what they're talking about. It is shiny locked. It's shiny locked. I'm not going for a shiny. I'm just reusing old art. It's not shiny locked. I'm going for a perfect Deoxys. It's not shiny. I can't get a shiny. Don't think that I can. Okay. So now we gotta see what the IVs are. See what I gotta get to. Unfortunate that I have to get it to 51. Hopefully, ORAS doesn't tell you no good. So, let's get it to 51 and see. This could stink, actually. I might just go all the way up to 51, and hopefully that's good enough. Hopefully the second Aerodactyl doesn't need to go up to 51. If it does, I'm just going to have to reset and try and get my seed again, which is fine. You don't too often you don't have to get to 51. I could EV train it with 4 EVs. Could do that. At the end of the day, hacking such glitching is a core mechanic in Pokemon. I mean, no. What do you mean? Like, not every Pokemon game has, like, a significant amount of glitches that you can exploit. Like, people forget that until Gen 9 / it depends on what game you're talking about, but basically, until Gen 9, the Pokemon games were getting more stable over time. Like, Gen 1 is insanely glitched. Gen 2, insanely glitched. Gen 3 was actually not very glitchy for years, and then eventually it was discovered, it's insanely glitched. Gen 4, it was kind of known from the outset because of the Void glitch, but that got patched, and Platinum and Heart Gold and Soul Silver are actually relatively stable. Really, they only have Ace because... Really, they only have Ace because you can send Ace from another game, you know? So it's like... Alright, we have perfect stats. Here we go. We're good. I have 25 rare candies, so let's see. Alright, so next Aerodactyl. Careful. So, like, Gen 5, to my knowledge, Gen 5 has, like, basically no glitches, like, that are worth anything. Like, there's some silly little things that go on, but there's like, as far as I understand, there's literally nothing game-breaking in Gen 5, to my knowledge. The same goes for Gen 6, same goes for Gen 7. Now, Gen 8, it depends what you're talking about. Gen 8 has some pretty useful exploit-like glitches insofar... Oh, Gen 7 does have one really potent glitch, which is the, regular Sun and Moon have that glitch where you can instantly end the Pokepelago on one day of the year. I forget what day it is. That's pretty much it. And that got patched in Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon. And it's really, like, not even that broken. It lets you EV train a little bit quicker than usual, but... I don't know. To me, it's not... So... It's not a huge thing. But then Gen 8... Now, so Sword and Shield... Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee, I have no idea about. I don't know anything about those games. Sword and Shield have a lot of stuff to do with date skipping. Is that any different than date skipping in prior games? I think not. Get to 51 as well. Can I get you to 51? I can't get this to 51. Oh, that stinks. I don't have enough rare candies. I could try and go... I could give it 12 EVs is what I could do. So, but even then, it's not like there's no cloning glitch in Sword and Shield, for example. And people go, oh, Sword and Shield had a cloning glitch. You just had to hack a Pokemon into a raid. And it's like, okay, well, is that a cloning glitch then, guys? Really use your noggins here. Is it a cloning glitch if you have, is it a glitch if you have to use a hack to get it? I don't think so. Okay, where do you EV train for special defense in this game? I don't even remember, man. Let me Google. Swablu hordes, right? We want Swablu. 1 special defense per Swablu. Now, BDSP is technically Gen 8, and there's a bunch of crazy glitches in that game. Alright, so let's, oh, do I have any vitamins? Maybe I have vitamins. I could speed this up. Special attack. I can go buy... For the record, those PP ups were obtained legitimately. I got them from the thingy-majigger. They'd be here, right? I got them from, the battle point, like, from that you save in Pokemon Bank. So... Anyway... BDSP is when glitches started going crazy. And again, do I count BDSP, actually? I almost don't count BDSP. Because BDSP, insofar as glitches go, it's not programmed by Game Freak. Like, it was made by another company. Battle collection. I think this is what I want. Or is this, like, going to be TMs? Oh, it is this one. Buy. So we want zinc. Just want 1 zinc. Alright, we'll go into the bag. Talking about if Pokemon games are more glitchy than they used to be. Do I have Clever Feather? If I use 2, will it work out the same? I don't know. It says 12. Let's just try it. Because if it's wrong, then I'll just reset the game. Right? I'll just reset the game and hopefully get an arrow that doesn't need 2 arrows that don't need to get to 51. Zinc. Okay, zinc, doink. Alright, so now... enable EV boxes. Special defense EVs, we have 20. No, you cannot shiny hunt it. I knew this would happen when I put shiny Deoxys in the thumbnail, but I just wanted to use art that I had access to that is, like, not stolen. That was not just a sprite or whatever, you know? Okay, I can get it to level 27 now, and it should be helpful. Alright, 83, 68, 40, 36, 51, 79. There we go. We have the IVs now. So now we're going to use Poke 6 Searcher. So it's 5. So now I'm putting the IVs of the Pokemon in the Searcher. They have to be the exact IVs. They cannot be a range. 600 to 800 should be totally fine. IVs of Wild 2. 11, 26, 115, 115. So we'll check these. 5, 18, 7, 20, 0, 0. 11, 26, 1, 15, 1, 15. Enter frame range. Last time I did 1200, and I'll stick to it, right? And we search. So now we're just going to wait for a seed to be found. We're just going to wait for a seed to be found. Again, this used to take hours. This used to take 20 minutes up to an hour compared to previously. This is going to, or, you know, the original seed searcher for this took literally multiple hours. The first time I ever found a Gen 6 seed it was a multi-day process. Basically, one day, and I had a worse computer back then too, so keep that in mind. But one day, I would do this, get the IVs of a Pokemon, and then I would run the seed searcher, and then my computer would be processing so hard I couldn't use it, and so I made sure it was a day that I went out. So it was like a day my wife and I were going to go out and do something. And then I ran the seed search, and then I left. And then I came back the next day, then I did the quick seed search, which still took like 5 minutes. Sometimes. Or it was like 15 minutes the first time you did it. And then subsequently it would go much faster. And then BZL seed searcher, you could do it in one day. You could find a seed, and like, I would find a seed in the morning, and it would take like 20 minutes, and then I would stream later in the day. Now I could do this live on stream. Unprecedented. We found a seed already. 696. That sounds about right for what I was getting. Now, by the way, gamers, there is 129 of you, which I greatly appreciate. The fact that anybody watches me do anything like this is insane. But I have to say, let me tell you something. There's only 16 likes. If there's 131 of you and you don't like me, you could just tell me. You can just say, I don't like you. Dr. Donna, another Doctor Who fan? With Cousin Who? But yeah, did I develop this tool? No, I'm not a developer. A lot of people think that I make things because I did the e-reader cards. Okay? I need it to be understood. I am an idiot. Okay? I am not a good developer. I know GBA thumb assembly. I have become good at that. I have the confidence to become good at other languages, and I can read and understand C pretty well thanks to just reading Pokepret over and over again. But I'm not smart. I'm not, the only things that I've developed are timer apps for websites. You know what I mean? So yeah, if it's an RNG tool, I haven't made it unless it's on my website directly, which is literally just timer converter apps written in JavaScript. Okay, so now we can try for our first Deoxys. And I messed up already. Who built this? I forgot their name, but it's pinned in my Discord. It's literally pinned in my Discord, Cobalt. Let me find it. Go into the XYORAS section of my Discord, check pinned, and it was by Ukikagi, is the person who developed it. It is the second pin from the top in the ORAS Discord is what it's at right now. Okay, so now let's get Eon Timer open. I don't know my target frame right now. Let me make sure 3DS RNG Tool is set up actually as well. I have not set it up yet. We are aiming for... We're actually on Alpha Sapphire technically. The TRV doesn't matter because I can't be shiny. So, Alpha Sapphire. This is a Hoenn legendary. We're going for... Deoxys. I don't know if this is the correct Deoxys. Is 6 going to be unreasonable to achieve? If I did 6 here on this random seed, I don't know that 6 is going to be reasonable to achieve without too many resets. I don't want to sit there spamming resets. So let me double check something really quick. Oops. Could you RNG for someone if you were what do you mean could I RNG for them? I'm like a speed runner. if that makes sense. Like, a speedrunner is a person who can execute on... A speedrunner can plan runs, typically. I mean, there are some runners who don't route, but... Oh boy, here we go. Let me explain what I meant. So, a speedrunner... is someone who, like, executes on strategies, right? They have a plan. They have a plan where it's like, oh, I'm doing X. This is my plan. I'm doing this. Blah, 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 blah. Right? That's me. Like, people make the tools, and sometimes I contribute to strategies, because people say, like... Wait, what the hell? Oh, that's so weird. Hold on, I don't really like... I mean, we'll be able to get used to it, but it's fine. Give me a second. My brain is short-circuiting. Okay, so for Eon, or for me, right? I'm a person who I don't develop tools because I'm not as much of a programmer as other people, but I help plan strategies to execute RNG manips effectively, and I, in general, execute RNG manips effectively, right? Alright. So we're going to do 68, 42, 36, 30, 36. So I do have contributions to the wider community, but it's just, you know, I'm not a developer, if that makes sense. The stuff that I have developed is like, the stuff that I have developed is like, yes, the RNG community will use my events to RNG manip things, but I've goobed it. I have to reset. The problem with the Eon Timer doesn't have like a pin. Does it have like a stay up front button? Eon Timer doesn't have a stay up front button, I don't think. It kind of needs that. Okay. I just like kind of lost the fun of the Emerald 100%. That's pretty much it, to be honest with you. It just stopped being that fun for me. I would like to continue it, but if like my view counts are low and like the stream isn't in, like people in the stream aren't enjoying it, then it's like, I'm not enjoying it either. Gentle. Oh, I don't know Gentle off the top of my head, do I? It's Quiet. That's Impish. It's Hardy. Oh, that's Gentle. It's Otonashi, isn't it? I'm actually a knower. Turns out I'm a knower. Thank you, high school Japanese, for continuing to help me somehow in what is my current job. Now, usually you don't need to do that many here, but I'm going to do up to 25 just to be sure. Stream was also earlier today because I owed you guys an extra half hour. It's probably gonna take a little longer to find my seed this time. Yep. All right, so this is gonna be my seed that I'm aiming for. Calculate. What do we got? We're looking for one like this, but we need it to be way later. Like, how many advances are we at already? We're at 106 seconds, so we're not even at 2 minutes. It's gonna take a while to get to Deoxys. Ooh. Oh, that's. We'll go for this one. 12.95. Alright. It's set. So let's get out of here. So we're not going to be using the Eon Flute today. We're going to fly. I wonder if flying is... I don't know if flying has... So, like, some things have an inconsistent delay on them. Like, Sweet Scent has an inconsistent delay. Fly also might have an inconsistent delay. But I don't know if the inconsistent delay of Fly is going to be worse than using the Eon Flute, because I think the Eon Flute also has inconsistent delay. I don't know if I can get to the top of the Sky Pillar in time, so this is going to be a good barometer of if I can. Hey, you're going to vibe in here while I grind up Professor Oak. Nice. Good luck on your Professor Oak challenge. It's a shame people lost interest. It's alright. I mean, listen. We'll see. Hold on, I will read what you're saying, Ray Shub. I didn't even read your name right. It started with an R. I have to focus on not running into wild Pokemon. So give me a small moment. Or a big moment. If you would be so kind as to give me a big moment, then that'd be very kind. Oh my gosh! The 3D movement into clearly designed for not 3D is crazy. Oh, did I goob it? Okay, I goobed it. I goobed it, fellas. Alright, so it's the second dialogue. Now we know when to press A. Now we know when to press A. Did I know when to press A previously? No. Should I have checked that before I streamed? Maybe. Have you done any shiny RNG manips on Coliseum, Jirachi, or the Egg Manaphy? 2 months I don't really want to regularly hunt for, says Race Hub. I have streamed Coliseum Jirachi before. I've never made a guide on it. My friend Papa Hefe here made a guide on it. I would actually encourage you to not shiny hunt or RNG manip the Coliseum bonus disc Jirachi. You should go for Channel Jirachi. Channel Jirachi is way cooler. Because there's more than 7 unique available shiny spreads. It's also full odds if you're into full odds versus non-full odds. But and I have a guide on how to manip that. I have RNG'd Egg Manaphy. I have a guide on Egg Manaphy for Gen 4 if you want to peep that. All right, round 2. No problem. This fossil turned into an Aerodactyl. Alright. Investigate the Aerodactyl. Hello. Please inform me of your stats, fellow. 67, 50... Oh, no. No, it's over. I typed a number wrong. 34, 35, 37, 39... 59, not 39. That's impossible. Okay. What is your nature? Docile. Docile is Sunao. Oh. Yeah, this is it. This is docile. Oh, I don't remember. I'm so bad with the neutral natures. Pretty sure it's docile, though. I should have a nature chart open. I never open a Japanese nature chart because I'm so cocky, because I know most of them, but yeah. Whoa. 2 to everything? So, let's calculate. We always have to go for a round of 3-minuter. We'll go for this one. Set as target frame. Let's go into this. Set target frame. Let's escape. What's up, Arletz? How you doing? The one important thing to keep consistent is how many times you go in and out of a submenu and do specific actions, because they have lag. Gotta avoid that. I gotta move with the D-pad here because this is clearly like designed on a grid, but I keep bumping into things when I use the full 3D movement of the analog stick. It's actually crazy. It might not even be designed for a grid. It's just like designed for 8-directional. You know what I mean? Oh, God, I'm so not used to moving with the D-pad in this game, though. I really always use... Oh, Lord. I really always use the 8-way directional thingy-majigger. Whatever you want to call it. Alright, we shall wait here. Did it pass? Hold on, wait, what? 3 minutes, seconds. Did I pass it? 12,975. I'm confused. 14,763. Hold on. I don't know where I am in the universe. 17. Eon Timer is confusing me a little bit. Eon Timer is confounding me slightly. My timer should be coming up. This is 5 minutes. Why? 19,396. Will Eon Timer not work for this? Does this mode not work? I'm very confused. What's happening? Wait, why does it think 19,396 is 1,100 seconds? Why does it think minutes before target? Wait, huh? Eon Timer, are you okay, bro? Hello? Okay. Am I like typing in how the frame rate works wrong? Yeah, something is wrong with the custom frame rate. I think there's actually a newer version of it. Maybe they fixed it. I'm on 3.0.0. Yeah, he's on RC6. What he fixed? What is he? Has he ever fixed? Alright, well let's try this newer version because I'm not running the latest version. So let's try that. If this doesn't work, we will go to CC timer, I guess. Oh, if I even have it on my computer still. Yeah, we're fine here. Okay. Oh, it has not fixed the issue. I wonder if it'll work in the custom tab. I don't want to have to convert these to milliseconds, though. Yeah, this will not work. Do I have CC timer on here? I do have it. Okay, that's fine. Okay, CC timer does not work. Yeah, but just convert 1 divided by 59. Yeah, but no, that's annoying to do. Hold on. I mean, we could try doing what Jeff said, but let's see. Standard calculator. 1 divided by 59.841 equals... I don't think this will work for Eon Timer because it only does... Watch. Right, if I go into here and I do it, wouldn't it have to be 0.016? Is it 16? 16.71. Okay, this looks right, actually. It wants 16.71. This seems mostly correct, right? Because if I switch this over to 3DS... Switch it over to 3DS. Should be slightly different, right? Okay. This is very strange that this happened. I will have to report this to Dasampharos, and then we will try again. Gamers, I apologize for the, I didn't know Eon Timer was glitched like this. Alright. Is it time, truly, for the first attempt? Oh, wait. Oh, because I'm not in, I'm in variable target. Okay. How does it always... No, the Jeff math is right, because you could visually see it's right. How about if I don't miss unless it's Hydro Pump, damn. Fucking roasted. Kazanu just cooked your ass. You don't even know the half of it, bro. You don't even know the half of it. You haven't even seen Jeff's, You haven't seen Jeff's ADV revival matches yet. There's a game in there where some shit happens to my poor friend. Alright. We can... For some reason, you know, a Blisy stream can just never... nothing can ever go smoothly. Like, this was fully out of my control. I guess I could have tested before I streamed that Eon Timer would do it. But how am I supposed to know that it's got the weirdest bug I've ever seen? What is my nature? Lonely? That's naughty. Lonely is this... Lonely is not this one, is it? Lonely. It is that one. Okay. Alright, let's get out of here. How's RNG manipulation so good? Time and practice. That's the coolest part about RNG manips. Is that it's just a skill that you get good at. It's not something that you just throw yourself at and you randomly get good one day. It just eventually happens. Like, it's a thing that you practice. Alright, that should be it. What do we got? Look for something in the 3-minute range. I want to do the 4-minute range. I might just do the 4-minute range because I kind of have to. Alright. Because we don't have anything good. I want to attempt in. Alright, there we go. It works. Minutes before targets, too. Hardest part of RNG manipulation is getting started? I would say so. The seed pace is wrong. You're totally right. Oh my gosh. Why? Why did that happen? Sad business. Ugh. Patience, which you have to learn. You don't have to learn patience. This is a misnomer. People think that Jeff and I have learned patience. No. Jeff and I just really like the thing that we do. Like, a lot of people say this. Like, people go for shiny hunting. You have to learn patience. It's a skill that you have to develop. Like, no. Like, a lot of shiny hunters just enjoy the act of hunting. Right? The act of hunting is not tedious to them because it is fun. If you ever ask a shiny hunter, like, who does full odds, right? A full odds hunter specifically. You'll be like, why don't you use a method? You'll get it faster. And then they'll tell you, because it's about the journey, right? But what does about the journey mean? About the journey means that they enjoy the act of soft resetting over and over again. Which is fine. If that's fun for them, that's fun for them, right? So for me, the act of doing an RNG manip, in and of itself, typically, for most games, is so fun that it is not like, I don't even think about patience. Like, it is not something that becomes tedious for me. It is not something that is tedious for me. It is not something that I have to exercise any patience in because I'm sitting there and I'm just having a good time. And Jeff is the same way. I know, usually you don't speak for other people, but I can speak for Jeff in this specific instance where I know that he is the same way. Oh, no, we don't. I guess we'll go for this 4.5-minute one. Yeah, they're just sitting in a slot machine and we're at the arcade playing a reaction time. But yeah, they're just two different... I hope people don't take that as, like, me disparaging a hunter or something. But, like, that's what I'm trying to say is, like, they gain joy out of the act. Which is just a good thing, objectively, right? I mean, I wouldn't suggest starting on Gen 6 custom firmware because Gen 6 custom firmware is not fun. Like, you don't need to start on custom firmware to understand how to do this RNG. This RNG is actually pretty simple. Like, you don't really need to learn much in order to do this RNG. This is a pretty simple RNG. HeartGold will delete your chatter if you put both chatbots in the PC. I think. It shouldn't be deleting it for any other reason. That's why if you ever watch me, like, do it, I'm always keeping one chat out. If you ever watch me play, I'm always keeping one chat out of the PC. Okay. So that's why I'm putting him in the PC slot. Yeah. Why are you have to climb the pillar over and over again? It's because oh, it actually counts down. That's pretty cool. I like that it goes into countdown mode after you do that, so you can actually tell when it's coming. Because you cannot, the way you find your seed is by reviving Aerodactyls, right? So, because you find the seed by reviving Aerodactyls, and you have to do that every single time. Like, what, you can't revive them here, you know what I'm saying? If that makes sense. And I'm not saying RNG manipulation can't teach you patience. Like, there are people who can... There are people who do RNG manips and who do shiny hunts where it is not the act of the thing that is enjoyable to them, but the thing, what they want is the end result. I mean, that's why I started with RNG manips, right? I didn't start with RNG manips because RNG manips were fun. I started RNG manipping because I wanted a perfect Volibee. I started RNG manips because I wanted a... Oh, I didn't switch Ralts to the front of my party. Dang it. I don't know if I've ever caught Deoxys up here. I always catch it in space. But I just happen to not catch this one in this game and save it for another time. Oh, here we go with Ralts. But yeah, eventually the act of doing the manip became fun in and of itself. How'd you get another Master Ball? So actually, this is really funny. In Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire, the lottery seed, like for the lottery, it is determined for one day. It's set free in advance for one single day. And then when you talk to the lottery person, you don't have to save the game. So you can just talk to the lottery person, find out what the trainer ID is, go RNG manip a Pokemon to have a trainer ID in another game, and then send it up and get your Master Ball. You could just do that every time without fail, without any problems. It's very funny. Alright. What do we got here? It's like very strange. I talk about it briefly in my Wolf Glick team building video. So you can see me talk about it there. I was 694 Does this one... Oh, no, this stat isn't correct. Okay, so I was 694 early. We have to add 694 to it. And I should have a little document here to tell. So we were on... What did we aim for? 16038 plus 694. Okay. And that was our calibration run. 600 early? That sounds insane. There's an insane amount of lag in this game. It is absolutely... Yesterday, what was Reshiram? Yesterday was 700 something early. This game lags every time you open a menu, every time you do fly. There's a bunch of lag. In fact, this calibration run isn't probably going to be correct because I'm going to have to open the menu a second time to switch Ralts into the front. There's actually an unused language in Gen 3 between, like, Spanish and something else. Because if you look at Gen 3 language IDs, it's like French, Italian, German, Japanese, English, and then there's a space. There is a space for an unused language. And most people think that's going to be Korean. Because that's the period where Nintendo started actually releasing games in Korea on its own, rather than... Oh. I have to look at the first number, not the second numbers. So most people think that there was probably going to be a Korean language at some point. Didn't people think it was Dutch? I've heard people think it was going to be Korean, but I think it's all speculation. I don't think there's, like, a lot of hard evidence. But that was the period of time when Nintendo was transferring over... like, they were not using Samsung to release their stuff. They were releasing stuff on their own. I believe that's Hardy. Like they and it's like that's when the Korean ban on Japanese stuff was lifted. Basically, it was around that time. Like, no Japanese cultural imports. They were banned for a long time because of I would say pretty valid reasons. So we're looking for something with not perfect attack, basically. We got nothing? Ooh, this one's fun. It's target frame. But this one. Plus 17,047. We celebrate BJ Day. What is that? Is that victory over Japan? No, you misunderstand what I'm saying. In Korea, Nintendo games were released for years. Like, there were... I'm switching roles right before I get to it. Like, Nintendo games have been released for years in Korea, but they weren't allowed to release them on their own. They basically had to do it through a shell company. So, like, Nintendo would, like, license/sell their products to Samsung exclusively for release in Korea, because that would be, like... That would, like, Korean wash it. Like, the Korean government, for some reason, would... Even though they could easily tell that this is a Nintendo product, right? They would, like a Japanese product, they would say, okay, this is a Korean product because Samsung is releasing it now with Samsung branding, right? That's... I don't know why the government would... I'm not Korean. I wasn't in Korea at the time, but, like, that would be considered acceptable, if that makes sense. So we gotta switch roles up front. Okay. And now we win. Why are you glad we didn't get Dutch? I feel like more translations is more better. No? Is more translations not more good? Like, why is it bad just to have more translations? Please explain. Gamers, we have 174 viewers, which is very cool that this many people are watching me, an idiot, do Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire RNG, something that's also objectively stupid and pointless. Why is there only 50 likes? What you guys unlike me? Why is there only 50 likes? Guys. Is there literally over 100 people hate watching me? You all hate me? The Dutch dub of the anime in terms of movies is... Actually, you know what's really funny, Mr. Toucan? I don't know if you're from the Netherlands or not. But I was watching a Dutch streamer recently. And they said to me... Or they didn't say to me, they said in general. I do anything but teleport. Oh, I can growl. Okay, cool. I want Deoxys to kill this. They said... they like speaking in English more because Dutch to them feels like an incomplete language because it doesn't have enough words. I was like, that's extremely funny to say about your own language. I should have turned EXP share off. I'm just going for perfect stats. I'm not going for a shiny. Why is the title clickbait then? Interesting. Where in the title does it say shiny? Can you point to the title where it says shiny? Show me. I would love to see. I'm not banning this person. I just think they just like they just like didn't read. It's like, can you at least try to read? Sync. We're going for a timid sync. I think it did sync. They just didn't read. It's like, you know. Is it okay that you didn't read? Yes. Is it a little embarrassing? You should feel embarrassed. Yeah, I think. I'm going to assume we were 75 early again because of the extra menu, probably. Looks like this is where I got. So we will add 674 plus 75. 69. They said title, not thumbnail. They said title. I'm being specific, to be clear. I'm responding to what they said, not what they didn't say. There's a shiny Deoxys in the thumbnail because I'm just reusing previous art that I have, and I didn't want to change it. But that's it. I think if you've seen my videos, you can see that I made a video with this thumbnail. And then you can see that I clearly just barely changed that thumbnail and quickly reused art. Is it? Okay. I don't really think it's clickbait. If you're very upset by the clickbait, I think you need to go find something else to be mad at, to be honest. A lot of people get really mad about, like, any amount of clickbait, and it's like, come on. You're gonna get mad at me, a person with 100 viewers, who all my videos have very heavy clickbait, and they're also all true. because I didn't want to find different art or, like, heavily brand new make a thumbnail for a stream. Like, I don't know. Like, get over yourself, bro. Alright. We can go for this one. Plus 7, 6. 15,936 is what I mean. 15,936. Let's get out of here. Just make the R grayscale and remove all the color. I don't think there's a... You're misunderstanding what I'm saying. I'm saying I think there's no problem and I don't care. And this person is, like, being very pedantic and nitpicky for caring at all about it. Like, I'm not going to change. Like, you can't convince me to change, to be honest with you. In this, for this. You know what I mean? Like, it's just not going to happen. You're not going to convince me that you're right, that I did anything wrong or bad or horribly misleading. It is a thumbnail on a live stream that's going to not even get, like, 4,000 total views on YouTube. You know what I mean? Like what are you arguing about here? You know, you could call, like, your local congressman about a problem that you have in the real world. I understand this is a whataboutism, but I'm just telling you that I'm not going to change. I don't think it's a big deal. Like, from my experience, thumbnails, my live streams are pretty much people who have already seen my stuff already, so I don't really need to get, like, a new big hook going on, if that makes sense. So the thumbnails for the live streams are usually just, like, lazy things for people to already convince, like, who already know who I am, to quickly click on a thing that I'm doing interesting, if that makes sense. I mean, I would prefer if YouTube didn't need thumbnails for streams. And they could do like Twitch does, where it's just showing what the person's doing at the moment. Maybe that's a benefit to me, though, because... like, if you look at my screen, and if this was the thumbnail, this would be insane. Right? This would not be... this is not like a normal thing to be looking at. So I don't know if it's helpful to click on this for me, or if it is better that I have some kind of random thumbnail. I should make the thumbnail more egregious and cynical? I don't think so. Smoked ribs? Amanda wants smoked ribs. I mean, thumbnails are harder to make than you think. Like, even this quick thumbnail, like, doesn't take zero amount of time. Like, that's why I already used pre-existing art, you know what I mean? Like, saying, oh, do me and Deoxys fighting in the thumbnail. Like, do you think, can you make that in 5 minutes? Like, the goal with the stream thumbnail should be like a... it should be like a 5-minute thumbnail. Like, you literally should not be spending too much time on it. Unless you're trying to specifically, like, advance your skill at a thing, right? Like, sometimes I'll spend longer... sometimes I'll spend longer on a stream thumbnail because I want to make sure that I am, like, expanding my skill set. But, like, if I'm not doing that, then, yeah, like, there's not really... so, assume synced. 24, 109, 69, 103... 295. Yes, let's see. We're 77 late, which is the exact amount I adjusted last time, isn't it? That's extremely funny. This might be too far off, where I have to consider 15244 in a different time zone than I have to consider the 1700 one that I aimed for last time or whatever. Let's say we did. So it's 15244 plus. So we want 692. How do you change Deoxys forms in Gen 6? I don't know. Actually. I'm sure there's a rock somewhere. Where does Gen 6 RNG go on the tier list now? It probably goes up one. Where is it? In D tier right now? Is it D tier? If Gen 6 was in the D tier before, it goes up to C tier. I still don't know if it was in C tier. I was too generous last at that rating, and it should stay in the C tier. But I would say they're comfortably C tier. The problem with them right now is that there's still really no it is easier. But there's still like almost the purpose is low basically. There's not really like a reason to target these, even though this is easier. I don't think it's easier than Gen 7, where literally every single target is available still without any differences. Right? Wait, and I would say, for the most part, they're all easier than this. I picked the wrong nature. That is a neutral nature. Where the fuck is Sassy? There's Sassy. We could go with this one. I feel like I calibrated on a 4-minute one now. I kind of want to keep going around that, you know? Whatever, let's just go with this one. We should be able to get it. We'll go with plus 692. It's probably going to be wrong as well. 1195. Okay, this is... Oh, I don't think I can do this. I have goobed. I don't think I have the time. We're gonna try anyway. No, don't save, don't save, don't save. That's so bad. Why was it defaulting on save? This is fruitless. I'm just resetting. This is fruitless. Impossible. I goop didn't went for a target too early. I really should be sticking to like 4 minutes. I'll go for that next time. No, I just catch in Master Balls. I'm not a... A lot of people really like to match Pokeballs. I do not. I'm calibrated like 15, 16k. I have a 15k target that I hit and a 16k target that I hit. I'm like not a player who aims for specific aesthetics, right? Like the reason I'm collecting 6IV guys is because they're good in battle. And when I battle, I can have more options to use specific Pokemon, right? So like I'm not doing it because I want a specific Pokemon that's shiny and it looks cool, right? Oftentimes I'll aim for shinies just because, like, wait, did I do this already? I did. Like, I'll aim for shinies for clickbait or because it makes verifying my target easier. Like, I don't have to actually catch it to verify. And I can do quicker attempts that way. Stuff like that is some of the reason I'll go for shinies. But otherwise, I pretty much... Like, I don't actually care very much. Like, it gets more eyes on my streams and videos, or... it'll make for better content. That's it. Let's go down to 4. Ooh, these are pretty good. This one's really good. I'm actually going to go for this one, even though I don't have great calibration for it. Because I'm not even going to use the Ralts thing on it. I'll still open. Alright. Is this guy actually... Why would you question? What? That's a weird... I think it's like a weird question to ask. I don't know. Why would it matter? I also agree. Why would it matter? Yeah. Boing, bing, boing, bing, boing, bing. I freaking love this album. Really, Pokeball tends to be more optimal in pre-Pokeball breeding down days. Gotta head out, have a good rest of the stream. Thank you, Pinky. Hope you have a good one. So we're going to go into the menu. And we're going to switch a Pokemon. Just to replicate what Ralts do. But this one's naive with perfect and everything. Except defense is 30 instead of 31. But, I could patch that with the bottle cap in later gen. Hey everybody, if you're having a good time watching me stream Gen 6... consider hitting the like button. It's free. It helps out the stream. Lets other people know that this is a good stream, that they're interested in coming to watch it. Oh, Das Ampharos. Perfect. There's a bug. Why did it only beep 5 times? Are you kidding me? Did that just only beep 5 times? I just got scammed. Are you fucking kidding me? Different bug, by the way. That's not happened before on this ever. That was crazy. I've never had Eon Timer 3.0 beat 5 times like that. Oh my god, I just got horsed. Anyway, there's a bug with the variable offset custom timer. The custom timer is like very, very incorrect the way it does the math for it. There's not a new method, there's just a new seed searcher that finds things really fast. It's really funny. The Eon Timer dev came into my stream just to curse me at this exact moment. Literally shows up in my stream just to curse me. I didn't hear 6 beeps at all. I must have missed the first one somehow. I can already tell it's wrong because the HP is very bad. Well, I'm not even gonna calibrate off this one. That stinks. I swear it only beeped 5 times. It's not the variable timer, excuse me. It's the custom timer. Basically, it's multiplying. Like, I have this set to 16.71 because that's how many frames occur in a millisecond. Even though you should be setting... I wanted to set this to 59.41. I believe is what I wanted to set this to, or 42. I forget what I wanted to set it to. But if you set it to that, it, like, multiplies it by 59.42, basically, instead. My CRT television. My cathode ray tube. I'm talking eat your beef. Yeah, multitasking destroys... Multitasking doesn't exist. Your brain rapidly switches between several things and just fails, eventually. Okay. 65, 56, 31, 27, 40, 59. It's adamant. Fighting the urge to dump about your CRT. Yeah, I'll do an explanation later. Boing, bing, boing. Wow, there's like a cluster there. Gen 6 doesn't cluster like that often, in my experience. There's like nothing good. This one is good, I guess. 14, 8, 6, 5. Yeah, I mean, a program having a tiny bug like that is not a big deal. Dude can literally do a PhD dissertation on the Pokemon VG ridiculous attempts to prevent hacking while paradoxically encouraging it. What are you talking about? When have I ever encouraged hacking? Please elaborate. Okay. Deoxys times. We're going to find the Deoxys on the stairwell. I mean, I do say that it gives hackers an advantage. Like, I've openly acknowledged that using PK hacks and stuff gives players an advantage. No, I mean how the Pokemon companies attempt to prevent hacking is actually encouraging hacking. Oh, I see. You're saying... I don't think their attempt to prevent hacking encourages hacking. I think their attempts to prevent hacking... Like, the way it's working is, like, encouraging the wrong things, I think. Right? Like, so for example, if you... Let's say Pokemon Company makes a 100% perfect hack check tool, even if a Pokemon looks fully legal in all of our modern hack checkers. Let's say for somehow they can detect it, right? Let's say that's possible. They do that. What I think that does poorly is I think now that instead of hacking, players who are wealthy or famous are going to leverage that wealth and fame to get people to build teams for them. And I don't think that is, I literally do not think that is any better. I don't think that is any better than PK hexing. For example, it's slightly better in the sense that when a human doing it, they are going to be error prone, and it is still consuming someone's time, but the player doesn't have to waste their time. And you're going to be able to... Ooh, missed it. Very bad HP. It is timid, so we click assume sync. So, maybe saying I don't think it's any better, but I really don't think that world is like almost any better at all than a world where people are consistently PK hexing. I think because people who are wealthy and famous have an advantage over players who are willing to risk hacking or who know about hacks, right? I was 140 early this time. How? Whoa. So. 692. There's some amount of instability here that is going crazy. And I'm not sure what it is. I'll have to get to the bottom of it. Well, it depends. I'm not sure what's causing the inconsistency, because yesterday when I did... what's its face? Reshiram, I basically had no issues with inconsistency. It was very, very minor. I mean, I got Reshiram very quickly yesterday. And I was within 2 frames of it also very quickly, so... Something different, like something about Deoxys, what I'm doing for this process is making the RNG in general more inconsistent. I'm actually being led to believe right now that it's actually not. It might be the flight rather than using the Eon flute. It could also be something about the spear pillar. Could be very inconsistent. So what I might do is if I can get a similar target. So like, for example, it could be Spear Pillar, the wild Pokemon spawning. Although I think that's really only doing MT. But it might consume some, and that shouldn't be consuming that many extra main RNG advances, right? It shouldn't be consuming that many. I could somehow be on a very incorrect seed. I think I'd be getting no results, but... It could be the amount of menus that I'm doing, right? There's a couple of things that are probably causing inconsistencies that I'm not necessarily privy to. So this one... Let's try and find something that's really close to something we've done before. 15,588. I mean, this is only 500 advanced difference. Let's go with this one. So we're going to set this as our target. Right, this should be totally within parameter for the... Plus 692. 16. This is a really good one too, so I don't want to goob it. So 16280. So this one should be very well within parameter for what I've calibrated. And then if this one fails, what I'm going to do is I'm going to try and do the Eon flute instead and see how that plays out. Maybe the Eon flute is more consistent than Fly, right? That's not impossible. It is not impossible that the Eon flute is... It could easily be the DexNav spawns, but I don't have any way to prevent that. And even then, I don't think the DexNav spawns are causing hundreds of advancements in the main RNG. I think the DexNav spawns are causing like a couple... Like, that would be probably making me consistently off by a little bit. This could be built into Deoxys, right? This could be Deoxys's intro thing has a bunch of lag, and it just kind of forks me, right? There's a bunch of things that could be problematic. It could be running over these tiles here. And each one it's doing an encounter check. But I think encounter check is tiny MT, so I don't think that's it. I mean, I've done Rayquaza before, and Rayquaza took me quite a while. Rayquaza took me like 16 hours or so. So maybe it's something about Sky Pillar. No, so the thing is, here's the thing. Almost nothing in this game uses the main RNG, right? There's two RNGs in this game. There's Tiny MT, and then there's the Gen 6 main RNG, which is MT RNG. The only thing that is using MT RNG is generating a Pokemon's, like, stats and nature, right? So unless that is happening, the MT, and then otherwise, the MT RNG just moves passively at 60 FPS, right? And it's actually problematic because there's no way to speed up the MTRNG. Because there's nothing that, since so little things use the MTRNG, there's no way to speed it up and make it go faster, which would actually be advantageous for us if we wanted to go for some deeper RNGs or something like that, like a TTTV or Gen 7, oh, I didn't want this to level up, but whatever. Or a Gen 7 RNG where you're doing, like, going into the what's the French, the festival plaza, and causing a bunch of extra RNG advances and stuff like that, right? There's nothing akin to that in this game. And so the only things affecting the RNG is when you open the menus and when you enter cutscenes, there is lag. And like when I say lag, I don't mean like what literally the game is struggling to process what it's doing. So much that the game slows down. Like if you've ever had multiple Moltres on screen in a double battle or triple battle, and the game literally slows down. That's what's happening, right? Do Master Balls how? Lottery abuse. Really easy in this game. Okay, we got naughty. Four, 295, 100, 16. I was 200 early. Alright, something wrong is happening. And I don't know what it is. Because this is only a, like, 200 frames. So what I'm going to try and do is aim for 1558 again. But I'm going to try the flute. I really wonder if the flute will cause more stability. I wonder what is going on. Why is it so unstable? I don't actually know. I have a suspicion it's not the flute, and I have a suspicion that it's the, I have a suspicion it's the Sky Pillar horsing me here. Oops. Oh, we'll see. We'll investigate. Get Atwood. Oh, I got very confused by what was happening. What 3DS do I have? I have multiple 3DSs. I have one of each, actually. I'm streaming from an old 2DS, if that was your question. To be clear, I don't think it matters for Gen 6 RNG. I don't think a new 3DS is any more stable. I don't think these games utilize the optimizations that the new 3DS give. Like, I don't think they run any better on a new 3DS, basically. Oops. For me, it's not worth covering that because that's no different than using PKSM. Right? Like, you got to take the manips as is if you want it to be retail RNG, right? Or not PKSM, Pokereader. What's that new app called? It's different than the NTR thing. Like, there was a thing called pcalc NTR, but I don't think they use it anymore. Ooh. If I'm to guess, it's more likely this one. Alright, so we're going to aim for 15.8. We're going to aim for the exact same thing again. It's like specifically... I think it's out, as far as I know, but I don't remember if it is or not. I like the ergonomics just fine. YouTube thinks I'm not listening anymore. I hate introduced features just to make players... Or, I said players, but just to make users, like, buy a thing. Yeah. Because I'm adding... adding the calibrated 692. Everything has to be the same. So if I add the calibrated 692 and I'm still minus 222, then something weird's going on with the sky pillar. And I'm happy to pivot to... I have a different target that I could check to see... It also... There's a non-zero chance this is Eon Timer going crazy, right? Get up here. Right, maybe I try Flowtimer next to see if Flowtimer operates better. A shining white aquamarine colored skies. Right, it's hard to do too thorough of an investigation without delving into pcalc or delving into Pokereader, whatever it's called. But if there's enough people here watching me fail at this for an hour, I'll keep doing it. I will literally just keep doing it. I'm gonna have to take a momentary breather to go make a peanut butter and jelly sandwich, I think, though. I am getting hungies. So after this attempt, I will make PB&J. Sparking Zero when? Budokai Tenkaichi games are cring. Budokai Tenkaichi enjoyers enjoy LARPing more than actual gameplay. Beast did. Ah, I forgot to let... This is what I get for flaming. No. Like, I literally think that Budokai Tenkaichi games are not fun to play. Like, if you want to LARP and make a full 3D Dragon Ball fight, okay. I've never played any of those games. Like, the original Budokai games have actual good, interesting, fun mechanics, and they're also pretty different from a normal fighter. Like, I think the original Budokai games are a very nice in-between of LARP plus actual gameplay mechanics. So you don't have to try... Like, they're still a pretty good party game, but you can get pretty serious in it. You loved the board game mechanic of the second Budokai game. Did you actually know that you're the only person on this earth who liked that, right? In case you're unaware. I need you to know that you're literally the only person on the entire earth. Yeah, I think the arenas are always too big. You can never have... Like an arena that... It's... Budokai 3 and Infinite World are the best, that's right. Infinite World is really good. It's a bit sloppy, but it's really good. Alright, the timid sync went off. 94... 103, 269, 109... Okay, the seed must have been wrong there. Oh, I didn't do assume synced. So, you could see I was still around 222 early. I was probably like here, 223, 226. I was like here. So it's something about Sky Pillar. So we're going to try again on a 15. So we're going to, this time we're going to add the 222, right? 692 plus 225, whatever, right? 917. We'll try 917. I am hungies. I'm going to go make a peanut butter and jelly and return with water. Don't go anywhere, folks. I will be back in literally like 5 or 6 minutes. Oh, my legs hurt. I returned with a sandwich in tow. So, I'm not sure what the problem is. That's the thing here. Yeah, peanut butter and jelly. Like, I traded Deoxys up to this game at one point. There was a period of time where I would trade every Pokemon up to the newest games. I stopped doing that with Gen 7. This is like my main... This is like my main, Gen 6 save file. But there's no Pokemon in it because I send them all to Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon. Crazy, man. I'm not sure what else I could do. To improve my standing here. Okay. Let's try again. See what we got. I don't think it's worth trying Eon. Like, I don't know that it's worth trying Flowtimer over this. You know what? Let's give Flowtimer one shot, right? It couldn't hurt, you know? Now, Flowtimer has a different frame rate. What's up, Fire Goes? How you doing? $66, $50, $34, $30, $36, $62. It's naive. Jirachi. I've never gotten a shiny Aerodactyl during this, but you totally could. Do we go for 1588 again? And then plus 692 to it? It's a different frame rate, so I don't think so. Still go for this one, though, since this is the target. We'll add 832 to it, I guess. So. $15. In Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire, it is on the Mirage spot. It's on Mirage Mountain, I believe. If this doesn't cause any more lag than typical, then I'm just going to use it because I like it a lot. I quite enjoy soaring in the sky. I think it is very neat. I just think it's neat. Root Claw is unavailable. I don't know if they're available in that Mirage spot specifically. I think I already caught Cresselia in this game. Well, you know I'm a noted HM enjoyer. Oh my gosh. Bing bong bink boink. Yes, a new tool came out a little while ago that finds your seed faster, basically. I gotta let Ralts faint this time. A new tool to find your seed faster. Shaboing. That's it. New tool. So that's not... There's a Microsoft Copilot pinned to my fucking dashboard. I've literally never opened that. Fucking Microsoft, dude. A dog-ass company. Yeah, you need your trainer shiny value. Which is derived from your TID SID, but that's like a... It's timid, so we assume synced. 234, 92, 269, 109, 282. We were 191 late when we added 832. $641. All right, we'll try 641. Is it? I wonder if it's Eon Timer or if it's the different frame rate. I mean, I was using a different frame rate this time, so it's hard to compensate. But I basically that time didn't get the plus 222. You can RNG to find your TSV or control it if you're a very skilled gamer at the start of the game. In X and Y, it's very easy to control your trainer ID and your TSV, you know, subsequently, because it's implied. But in Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire, it's a lot harder because the timing window is literally 1 millisecond. Or, yeah, which is like, you know, humans cannot consistently hit a 1 millisecond timing window. So... Not easy, to say the least, but certainly doable. It can be any Jigglypuff. It has to be the gender that you need, though. Right, because if you're looking for a... Right, if you're looking for a female Pokemon, and that's your cute charm, it has to be a male Jigglypuff, and vice versa. If you're looking for male Pokemon, it's got to be a female Jigglypuff. And you have to have the Q-Charm set up to do said thing. Seed paste was wrong. I checked it that time. We don't have any all 31s here, do we? So then we'll go for this one. Target frame, we'll do plus 641 on this. 15311. Then what's with the Pokemon ID for the glitch? The trainer ID and secret ID that you have will make certain personality values of Pokemon shiny. Right? That is how a shiny Pokemon works. A Pokemon's... Are you... That hit the birds?! What?! That was off screen, bro! That was fucking crazy. You guys... That was crazy. Anyway. So, your trainer ID and secret ID are what determine if a Pokemon is shiny, when and why they are shiny. Now, the Q-Charm ability has a property where it forces Pokemon to end up with, like, restricted PIDs because it's trying to get a specific gender. And the way that it forces them to do that will often end up, if you have an ID, a specific trainer ID, that would make one of those PIDs shiny. Oh, heck. Oh. We might be a little bit off here because of bag lag, because I gooped it, but... The way that it ends up forcing those to be shiny is based on your trainer ID and your secret ID. The Pokemon is just needed for the ability. You could hack a Pokemon with the Q-Charm ability, and the Q-Charm trick would work. There's like nothing good here. You can go with this one, I guess. It's gonna be. Wait, no, this is not possible to hit for me. We could try one of these later ones. It's fine, I'm not doing this one. Heck this. Let's retry. It doesn't work on genderless Pokemon or Pokemon that are pure male or pure female. That's correct, yeah. The only legend I think it works on is Heatran. I might have been too slow on the draw there. I had like a slight frame stutter. I mean, you could just RNG one. You could literally just learn to RNG manip. If you can RNG manip the trainer ID, you can do a standard Heart Gold, Soul Silver RNG manip. 52, 29, 33, 35, 63. Like, if you literally can pull up the Q-Charm glitch, you can pull up a standard RNG manipulation in Heart Gold and Soul Silver. There's, like, no difference, basically. All the principles are there. That was really fast. Another 5-minuter. I mean, let's try this one. We're going for 641 is the plus. No, let's try. Let's experiment. We'll go for a 5-minuter again to see. Plus 641 to see how different this is going to be. $19,997. See the seed you hit last time? No, seeds is the seed you have on the current run. It was your current initial seed. Nice, Ian. Okay, yeah, see, I don't like it when people say I'm shiny hunting X legitimately, because I think that RNG manips are legitimate. So I would try and say something like I'm shiny hunting traditionally. Or... it just implies RNG manips aren't legitimate by, yeah, it's just like an implication that it's not legitimate. I mean, listen, how you say things is important. A lot of people don't believe that it's important. No, actually, how you say things is important. Alright. The stone tablet before you. Thingy wife sent me. Let's see what we got. Totodile is usually best adamant. Cyndaquil is usually best timid. I think Let's Go has... I don't know if it has manips. It doesn't have any manips as far as I understand. But something was recently discovered where you can, like, kind of control, like, items on the ground. I don't know if that's a manip or not. I haven't looked into it at all. But, like, that's the only thing where you can kind of control, like, random sparkling items on the ground. It's gentle. 174, 261, 98... 249. 260. So I was aiming for 19,356. I was 147 early. It is very cool that the item printer has a manip and that it's so easy. Wondering why the Sky Pillar is so much worse than everything else we've tried. Yeah, Anubis posted something about it, but I didn't read it because I don't even own it. Let's Go Pikachu, Let's Go Eevee, so like I'm not even interested. Nice, Kazno. Congratulations on your shiny pseudo Wudo. We can go for this one. 100, like 97 early or something. Yeah, everything in... I heard Let's Go Talk I've invested at. People were just asking me if Let's Go Pikachu EV had RNG, and I was like, no. It has that one thing in Azure Cave where, like, people have found a way to, like, somehow control items or whatever. But I was just saying, I didn't read it fully because I literally don't own Let's Go Pikachu or Let's Go Eevee. In fact, the only thing I'm interested in Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee in from a perspective is... I'm interested in the competitive metagame. I watched PokeMD play it a lot. It looks pretty cool. It just looks different. I don't know how good it is, but it looks cool because it's so unique compared to every other meta. Even Gen 1, it's different than Gen 1. How you doing, Pulse? Plus 200. It's not plus 200. People don't play... From what I understand, the more popular of the two Let's Go metas is no candies. People prefer the no candies meta, if I understand correctly. So it's all about Pokemon's move pool and base stats. Candies meta is very different and is more about a Pokemon's like utility because their base stats effectively don't matter. LGP have held items? Nope. Did I get shiny Reshiram? Yep, got it yesterday. Alright. What are we on now? Deoxys, baby. There's been a lot of inconsistencies with Deoxys, though. I'm not sure what the problem is. Honestly, the reason I didn't get Let's Go was because I wasn't interested in the catching mechanics, although that's not a deal breaker. What was actually the deal breaker with me, it's kind of petty, to be honest, but it was, I don't like the requirements before gyms. It, like, annoyed me very much. When it was like, you have to catch a grass type before Brock, or you have to get X amount of Pokemon. Like, the way I play Pokemon casually, I tend to not be a very big collector. I'll get a team of just 6 guys, and I want those to be my guys. And so, like, the idea that it was going to restrict me from doing that was very irritating. And I was like, this isn't going to be fun for me. I know it's not. I'm not going to have fun collecting the guys I need for Koga or anything like that. No, I'm sure it's good at speedrun. I'm not a speedrunner, so... I saw. You showed Hasty how to do it, right? I've just never been interested in doing a speedrun, I guess. I don't know what it is. You'd think, because I'm so adjacent to it, it'd be... It's just never been something I've been, like, super duper interested in. I think I pressed A very early there, by the way. The only time I've ever done speedruns is, like, ILs in racing games. But that's different because that's kind of the whole point of racing games, right? Is to figure out how fast, like, figure out how fast you can go. In, like, a very short, like... I did ILs in my favorite racing game called Jack X. It's kind of like how shiny hunting isn't for everyone. I mean, shiny hunting is not for me. I don't do it. Right? But like, I'm very speedrun adjacent, and I like a lot of the stuff about speedruns, and I enjoy watching them, but... I got timid, so we'll click assume sync. The defense here is really bad. Oh my gosh. 194, 242, 98, 267, 109, 280. Set that as my target. I was only 40 late. It's not so bad. That's 40 late. Wait, that's weird. I have a minus then. Okay, so wait, hold on. We'll do 642 plus 197 minus 47 is 844. Racing games are crazy. A friend of mine showed me the F-Zero tag and I couldn't comprehend. Yeah, I mean, I just like I like the game I like a lot is like it's like a Mario Kart type thing. It's a kart racer, but I do the ILs with boosters in it. It's called Jack X Combat Racing, the PlayStation 2. It's very fun. You can find the ILs on my channel still. Bashful. Oh, I don't know, bashful off the rip. Okay, there we go. Chip playing with that. I guess I always ended up... I mean, speedrunning is competitive. Don't let people tell you it's not. But, like, I always ended up getting into games through the competitive play lens. And, like, yes, speedrunning is a type of competitive play, but I guess it wasn't... For whatever reason, it didn't appeal to me. Alright, we're gonna go for this one, even though it's ill-advised, I would say. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to make it in time. We'll see. Like, I always ended up getting into, like, versus multiplayer competitions, like Super Smash Bros. Melee, or, you know, competitive Smogon Wi-Fi battles, right? That's how I ended up getting into competitive games, rather than speedrunning, which is, like, a different type of competition. It's, like, a similar thing in terms of, it is just a competition at the end of the day, but it's not the same moment to moment. Like, I think what's so fun about actual competitive versus matches, like, in the, like, I could probably get a similar enjoyment from a speedrunning race, where I'm, like, doing a live race against somebody. I would probably get a similar, energy / fun from that. But then I would have to do the solo practice, which is just doing a regular speedrun first, you know? I also think they're long is probably another reason I never got so committed. I guess I don't like the commitment that speedruns can take. Even shorter speedruns can be a while. I don't know. I'm just waffling around why I never did it, even though it's something I should probably reasonably try at some point. Oh, yeah. It's got to be coming up soon. I missed the button. sad. I literally just didn't hit my 3DS. Sad. How long did it take people to figure out black and white? Dude, black and white RNG was known, like, the fucking day that shit dropped. I don't know how they figured that out so fast, but they did. The programming gamers figured it out. If I speedran a game, would it be Pokemon or something else? I don't think it'd be Pokemon. I tend to enjoy, like, what I like about Pokemon isn't necessarily going fast. I like the strategization of Pokemon. That's why I like competitive battles. And that's actually why I like Smogon more than I like VGC, is because it's like a slower paced type of thing that can last a long time rather than a couple of turn battle. So if I was to do a speedrun, I think my most likely candidate would be some Metroid game. I'd rather get into Zero Mission or Metroid Dread or something like that is probably what I would get into. Because I really like those games. I really like going fast in those games. I effectively do speedruns of Metroid games, but they're just like only competing with myself. They're just only competing with myself, basically. I already like playing Metroid games so fast. Like, I literally just will play Metroid Dread. Like, I got my fastest time ever playing Metroid Dread. Like last week. God, Zero Mission is so good. Zero Mission's really good. Kind of hated the Emmy, so I don't understand. A lot of people didn't like the Emmy stuff, but like, I don't know, like, in my first playthrough, they were exciting because they were kind of like, you know, you run away from them. And I like having little designated areas where the challenge isn't explore at your own pace. The challenge is don't get caught. And so they're like little challenge areas, which is cool. But on subsequent playthroughs, because like you kind of know how Emmys work, like I almost never get caught to them or die to them. Like it just never. They're basically non-threats on the second and beyond playthroughs, in my experience. Really, the only one that was ever a big threat is the Ice Beam one can catch you, and the Speed Booster one can catch you, I think. Yeah, Zero Mission has some good-ass sequence breaking. My back is itchy. Yeah, Metroid Dread does have pretty bad load times. Like, even the teleporters are, like, egregious. Huge Fusion fan. Fusion's okay. I actually think Fusion's biggest problem is I don't understand why, but it has no, like, hidden blocks, like, are not marked clearly as being destructible. in any meaningful way. Like, people call Fusion a very linear Metroid game, and it is in the sense of, like, you have to go to a designated location to another designated location, but when you have to break hidden blocks, there's no environmental cues that you have to do it at all, and, like, I don't play it enough for it to be remembered. Like, I don't play it enough to remember that you just have to go into a room and, like, shoot out like, the better Metroid games do not have that issue, unless it's intentionally an obtuse shortcut. Like, I can think of one time in Zero Mission where a block like that isn't marked, but it's the secret to get to Ridley's lair earlier than you could normally. So that's just meant to be like a super secret, not a necessary path to progression, which I think that... Same with the thing to get the long beam, right? You can skip getting the long beam. It did sync. I was 130 late. What the heck? So... Alright, 714. This is... I don't know why I've gotten no consistency. I'm gonna have to do some research into this without pcalc or something, because I'm actually not comprehending why it's so inconsistent right now. I mean, I like Fusion. I own Fusion in Japanese just so I could play it on the hard mode. So I do like it. Like... Oh. Well, I mean, I think the main... They didn't remove the hard mode in the NA version. The Japanese version came out later, and so they just added a hard mode to it. Metroid Zero Mission and Fusion were both released in America first. I think a lot of the Metroid games are like that, where they get released America first. I don't really know what to do. No date. Yep. They didn't remove it from the hard mode. It just didn't exist in the North American version, and then they had some extra time, I guess, and just released it like that in Japan. And, oh, like, a lot of the menus in Metroid Fusion are just in English, even if it's in a Japanese game, so... It's, like, pretty easy to navigate it. I actually, you know, normally I like games on hard mode, but I don't like Zero Mission's hard mode that much. Because if I want to be successful at it, I have to get more items than I like to get. Some of the endgame stuff with the Black Space Pirates, they're really, really difficult to defeat. Like those two Space Pirates at the end that stop Samus from... They have to KO before you... Before you can escape in the ship. Those two Space Pirates are, like, so hard for me to defeat. Like, you have to fight them during the timer after you defeat Metal Ridley. I always remember getting stuck there whenever I do hard mode. Fusion hard mode, I don't know if I had any problem with. I don't remember. I kind of played through it pretty quickly. mean, I really like Dread. Or I really like Zero Mission, but Dread is my new favorite. I love Dread. I have beaten Dread so many times. Hard mode makes E-tanks give you less health and increases the damage that you tank. I don't think it increases the damage that enemies take, but I'm not 100% on that. Its missiles will give 2 instead of 5. E-tanks give half, I think. And you take more damage. Go look it up. Let's see. Let's see. Okay. So hard mode allows you to absorb less life and missiles from free-floating X parasites that would heal you, as well as limiting the amount of energy and missiles in missile tanks. 50 energy per tank instead of 100, and 2 missiles per tank instead of 5. And this is this. Oh, so it's the exact same as Metroid Zero Mission's hard mode, I think is what it is. Plus, you heal less from X. And enemies deal 50% more damage. But yeah, Dread is amazing. I've beaten Dread like 8 times or something like that. I've beaten it a lot of time, like 5, 6. I've got like 60 hours in Dread, and I have got 57 hours in Dread. And never once has a single playthrough of mine taken me more than 4 hours. Even the first playthrough I did was probably like 4 hours on the money, like 4 hours, 10 minutes or something like that. So, that should tell you how many times I've beaten Dread. I was 208 early now. There's something weird going on here. I don't know what it is. I wonder if, like, the last aid box is different. We're gonna get one more attempt in, and then we're pretty much done. I've done 2.5 hours. I've fulfilled my obligation. A shame I couldn't get it today. I'm surprised at how unstable it has been, considering how stable Reshiram was. I wonder if it's running over the tiles. There's gonna have to be some investigation going on. I could easily just be pushing A at the wrong time, too. That's, like, so totally not impossible. Something I need to consider. Maybe Deoxys is generated on the first A press for some reason. Like, who knows? You know what I mean? Legendary birds are like that in Fire Red and Leaf Green. I mean, it's easier in the sense that, like... I mean, you saw how quick I got Reshiram yesterday, right? And I didn't really have any calibration woes with Reshiram. Like I do with this. I don't like any of these, but let's go for this like serious one or whatever. Oh, I did 15 something last time. I did 15,372. Go for this relaxed one. Here we go. Oops, I forgot that I was playing the game. There's just something weird going. Oh, it remembers your door. Like, I wonder if it's trying to generate wild encounters via repel, and that's causing advances, and that's different, similar to what happens in Gen 3, and maybe I have to be like running like a stench Pokemon and like a black flute type deal or something like that. But I haven't even really been close. Like, I've never even had 2 runs. Like it should be more like, I'm only aiming for a target difference that is like 300 advances or something. There really shouldn't be a significant difference. So like something is causing strange generation. I don't know what it is. I will probably do a new video at some point, but there's currently already an inconsistency. Like today, I'm like, why is Deoxys so inconsistent when yesterday, what's its face, like restaurant was pretty simple. Like, what's causing these extra advances? Is it Sky Pillar? So before I make a guide, I need to do a little bit more research. What do we got here? Damn. 4, 5, 4, 9, 90, 248. I was 120 late. What is something weird's going on? I don't know what it is. I think it's got to be something to do with the sky pillars causing these inconsistencies, but I'm just not 100%. So I'm going to have to examine differently. I'm letting Ralts faint because I don't want it to level up 12 times. Alright, everybody. I hope you enjoyed the stream. I'm probably not going to stream tomorrow. Oops. Probably not going to stream tomorrow. But I will hopefully be back Friday or Saturday for some kind of stream. I don't know if it'll be Colo or if it'll be Gen 6. We'll see. Okay, bye.